Welcome to C-Motor. Today we're stepping into the world of true, old-school dual sport power, a motorcycle built for riders who believe a bike should survive mountains, deserts, highways, and daily life without hesitation. The 2026 Honda XL650L. This is not about fancy screens or complex ride modes. This is about raw mechanical strength, proven reliability, and the kind of riding freedom that only comes when you trust your machine completely. Visual opens with early morning mist rolling across a rocky trail. The camera slowly reveals the Honda XL650L, standing tall on its side stand, dust still on the tires from yesterday's ride. The sunlight hits the metal surfaces, giving the bike a rugged, purposeful presence. The host walks into frame wearing riding gear, places a hand on the handlebar, and looks toward the trail ahead. Like a rider about to begin something meaningful, the starter fires and the big, single-cylinder engine comes alive with that deep, powerful thump that defines large dual-sport motorcycles. It's a sound that feels mechanical. Honest and strong, the engine doesn't scream. It pulses with authority. This is the kind of motor designed to produce strong low-end torque, power that is immediately available when you twist the throttle. Whether climbing steep trails or accelerating onto open highways, the camera cuts to slow, rolling shots as the bike moves through quiet city streets. The upright riding position gives the rider clear road visibility. Traffic feels manageable. The XL650L feels narrow enough to move through tight spaces, but tall enough to give commanding road presence. This is the type of bike that works as both weekday commuter and weekend adventure partner. As the host narrates while riding, visuals show suspension movement over cracked pavement. The long travel suspension absorbs bumps smoothly, making rough roads feel less aggressive. Instead of reacting harshly, the bike flows over imperfections. This is where dual sport engineering shines, giving riders comfort where regular street bikes struggle. The ride transitions onto a broken countryside road. Gravel begins to replace asphalt. Dust lifts behind the rear tire. The throttle response remains smooth and predictable. There's no sudden burst of uncontrollable power, just steady forward pull. This type of power delivery is essential for off-road riding, where traction changes constantly. The host stands slightly on the foot pegs as terrain becomes rougher. Rocks and uneven ground pass under the wheels, but the chassis stays composed. High ground clearance allows the bike to clear obstacles easily. The frame geometry keeps the bike stable, while still allowing directional control. The XL650L is not built to be the lightest off-road bike. It's built to be the most dependable. Close-up visuals show engine vibration, suspension compression, and chain movement while riding. The focus is on mechanical simplicity. Air-cooled engine design means fewer complex parts, easier maintenance, and proven long-term durability. This is why riders trust bikes like this in remote areas, because simple often means reliable. The trail opens into wide desert-style terrain. The bike accelerates across open ground. The engine note deepens under load. Wind noise mixes with engine pulse. The rider feels connected directly to the machine. No excessive electronics filtering the experience, just throttle, engine, and terrain working together. As the ride transitions back onto highway pavement, the XL650L shows another side of its personality. Despite off-road suspension and tire design, the bike tracks straight and stable at cruising speeds. The tall stance gives the rider a strong road presence. Long rides feel natural. Thanks to upright ergonomics and balanced weight distribution, the host continues voiceover while the bike moves along mountain curves. Leaning into turns feels predictable and confidence-inspiring. The suspension doesn't feel loose or vague. Instead, it absorbs bumps mid-corner while maintaining stability. It's not a sport bike, but it's not supposed to be. It's built to be capable everywhere. Fuel stop visual. The host removes helmet and smiles slightly. This is the type of bike that makes you want to keep riding. Even after long distances, the handlebar height reduces wrist fatigue. The seat shape supports long rides. The simple instrument cluster keeps focus on the ride itself, rather than digital distractions as sunset begins. Golden light reflects off the bike while riding across open roads. The engine sound becomes calmer at steady cruising speeds. This is the emotional core of riding. The feeling of moving through space, connected to the machine and environment. For newer riders stepping into larger dual sport bikes, the XL650L feels serious but rewarding. It encourages smooth throttle control and confident riding habits. For experienced riders, this bike feels familiar and trustworthy. It doesn't surprise you it works with you. The camera returns to scenic overlook. The bike stops engine ticks as it cools. The host stands beside the bike, looking toward the horizon. This moment captures what motorcycles like this represent: freedom, capability, and possibility. The 2026 Honda XL650L stands as a reminder that motorcycles don't need to be complicated to be great. Sometimes the best machines are the ones that focus on durability, usability, and real-world riding performance. This is a motorcycle you can rely on every day, a motorcycle that can take you deep into remote trails and still bring you home. This is not just transportation. This is a machine built for memories, for exploration, for riders who want to go beyond the map and trust their bike to get them back. The engine shuts off, silence returns, except for wind and cooling metal sounds. The ride ends, but the feeling stays. And that is what makes the 2026 Honda XL650L special. It's not about technology overload. It's about connection, strength, and the pure joy of riding anywhere, anytime. From all of us at C Motor, thank you for riding with us today. If you love real motorcycles, real adventures, and honest riding machines, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because your next adventure is waiting just beyond the next road, the next trail, and the next horizon.